pressing the button. Oh, of course.
So adorable.
He was your favorite, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're all chatting
that
already.
guy.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome back. Welcome back, Mrs. Ryan.
Hello.
Boy, this new gear is very cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
We're going to talk about that in a little bit, but every time it's all new again. It's all new again.
I enjoy it.
Welcome back, everybody. Today is Tuesday, November 13th, 2018. Get rid of that echo. My name is Jay Ryan. This is Nicole Ryan. We are the Ryans, and this is It's Tonight's Show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good to be back.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I love doing it.
Oh,
with you.
good.
It's such a nice
It is weird. We got into we're doing it every day, and then the last couple weeks, because of other things we've been doing, only like a couple a week. And it feels like we're loafing to me. It feels like we're taking time off. We're not at all. We're constantly doing other stuff. But with this being the focus of the work and the product, certainly that we output, it does feel as though we're slacking. We've got a lot of stuff lined up, and we're going to talk about some of that today. But there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. Is that fair?
Totally.
But you're happy to be back.
I'm stoked to be back. It's a different energy than when I write, so I enjoy it thoroughly.
Oh, I see. How so?
It's social. I get out of my head a little bit. I get to see people and talk to you. It's like everything I like about life.
Oh, wow. That's high praise. It's amazing.
It's true.
I want to make sure we're recording for all that. So
Good.
Nice. Get it down. Just kidding. Mrs. Ryan, we have a ton of stuff to get through today, as well as Richard CHASSLER is in the house.
Yay, I'm so excited.
Let's see. Hellos. All right, we just did some of that. Can we talk about what's been going on here in Los Angeles?
Yes, please.
We went to Breakfast Club on Friday, and on the way, we saw a fire right in our own backyard, right here in Griffith Park. And, we could see the big fires in the rearview mirror as we were passing another one over here. And we felt very in the middle of it at that point. I would say that everything since then, I feel terrible for even feeling bad about us for a second on Friday because of everything that the rest of the state has gone through and the people that we know and Malibu family and just, it's a shit show out here, folks. Fire-wise, talking about the fires. And our hearts and our prayers and our thoughts and everything. It's consumed our lives, but we were thinking about the firefighters. We've got, just here in town, we've got Los Angeles fire. We've got LA County fire. We've got Cal fire. Beyond that, they're coming in from everywhere. And I mean, as far north as the Canadian border, all the way up there in Washington and Oregon.
Other states.
Up that high.
The whole state is on fire, so other states are sending people in.
And coming from as east as Texas.
That's
so
incredible.
that's the scale of, if you were looking at a map, that's the scale of the portion of our country that is over here helping the Californians deal with the fire. It's just a shit show. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I get frustrated when they cut away on our own local news because it's like, but there's stuff going on. Meanwhile, of course, they have to do their regular programming. I don't know how much coverage this is getting in the rest of the country other than a blurb on the nightly news and stuff.
My
so I feel the need to say it.
Didn't know. Like, we spoke the other day, and, he thought it was just another call, and, his girlfriend texted me after, was like, I had no idea how close you are. Please let me know how it's going. So I don't think the coverage is as clear as it maybe could be, but it's different.
Yeah, historically, these things, these wildfires burn out in the brush and stuff, and it's one of those, are you close? And it's like, yeah, we're close. The smoke is blowing over our house, and, we've got dust today, and looks like it's snowing. And it's like, no, that's bad enough. This is people's homes and businesses. How about entire towns being wiped off the map? And the grotesque nature of what they're not showing you is so bad. It's so bad. So we love everybody, and we are trying to put as much positive just mojo out there to all of our friends and anybody watching this. Just know that we're fighting the good fight. Everybody here is. We're all in it together. Everybody in Malibu is saying you can't imagine. It's like an atomic bomb or like a 9/11 type thing. It's crisis, full blown crisis. So just terrible stuff. Wanted to address it. On the other side of that, this is going to sound weird, but happy birthday, PECLA. On Saturday was their 2-year birthday, 2-year anniversary. I mean, it's a wonderful thing. There were tons of people there celebrating it. We did not go because we were consumed elsewhere, but it looked wonderful. It sounded wonderful. I certainly know a lot of work was put into it by the likes of G.I. Jen and certainly a lot of folks that we know in this Porsche community, in this SoCal community as well. So kudos to those guys. Very, very happy for you. Sorry we missed it. We'll be at the third one, hopefully.
Yeah. See you next year.
I think we were the first one, and certainly we were there before they opened. So we've been involved a little bit ancillarily, but this one was just like, it didn't feel right going to a party.
Nope.
It really didn't, and that's its own thing. It's like, well, you got to go out and do stuff. And it's like, yeah, totally. It wasn't over yet. It was just starting, and we were like, we'd stayed up late the night before watching the news and stuff. It just wasn't happening.
Winding down now, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's back up. It's a whole different thing.
Oh, right.
It's a whole different thing. Anyway, we're all going on and on. I am, because of our whole thing here. Got a little ramped up with Mr. CHASSLER before the show.
It happens.
All right. Let us cut to some of the wonderful clips we have to watch today and get this thing back onto some more positive stuff. Let us check in first with we have to check in the most with him. This will be Paul Kramer. We are going to go behind the orange curtain. And if you take a look up there, it might be a little bit different because, roll it, Hal.
So, Ryan's, once again, Paul Kramer from Behind the Orange Curtain, south of the border in Mexico. And what's cool is we're lining up right now, all the cars, and we are about to get a police escort. I'll show you what that looks like.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm just going to go right into it because we've got a bunch of these to get through. So we'll just roll into it. Roll it, Hal.
Police escort. We're the second car. Our leader, Dave Bazaglu, got pulled over into inspection. God forbid you bring anything illegal over into Mexico. So all's good. Check in later from Mexico.
Yeah, all right. I'm going to go right to this now just so we know what they're doing. Roll it, Hal.
So, svinga vi på Söderlön igen. High score!
Wow.
Cheers.
Oh, man.
I just like that Paul said on the end there. Yeah, Richard CHASSLER face palming over there. Paul at the end said what I was thinking. Wow.
Yeah.
So, hey, they're south of the border at this point. We should probably say that Paul Kramer is going to be on the show tomorrow and tell us all about this journey. So we're not going to see a whole lot of the journey in these videos. These are sort of like the little in-between takes.
Cool.
He's already put his video edited together from the whole trip, and that's already online, and people are already watching that. So he'll be here tomorrow to talk to us about it.
Cool.
Check in real quick, see what they're up to. Roll it, Hal.
That means now we are swinging the glasses again.
Oh, man.
I know.
What a trip.
I love it. I love everything about it. All right, this is something very quick, and it's something new. I got sent a message from our friends over at Wasserkuhlt. Now, you don't know what that is probably because it doesn't get as much press as the Luftgekühlt, which would be air-cooled Wasserkuhlt, whatever it is. I think it's Wasser. How do you say? I don't speak German. You know what I'm saying? Wasserkuhlt. Anyway, but they got an Instagram and they're awesome and we're good Porsche friends and all that stuff. They're over on the East Coast. I believe this is in Tampa, and this is a little teaser for a project they're working on. Let me find it first. Roll it, Hal. Yeah.
Neat.
So they're working on something cool.
Seriously.
Richard Chassler's over here like, yeah, that's the stuff. Was it the
awesome.
spoiler that got you at the end? He's smiling. That's awesome. All right, Mrs. Ryan. The usual. Let's check in with Danbury Chive,
Awesome.
Steve Kaz, and the East Coast Feed. Roll it, Hal.
As you can see from my shirt, East Coast Feed comes to you live. From where? The movie theater. Why? Because we're watching a Christmas movie.
Die Hard.
Die Hard. Brooke's first time watching Die Hard. I just want to show you my cool shirt for the Christmas party where we watch Ellis get wasted and the roof blow and Schießt und Feister. Shoot the glass. Just want to send some love on a Christmas time movie here at the Danbury Movie Theater. Say goodbye, Brooke.
Bye, Brooke.
Thank you. Love you guys.
I think that's the first time that's ever worked out for them.
Holy cow.
I will have to address this maybe on tomorrow's night show, but do we know who that girl is still?
No.
She's in everything now all of a sudden. They're all close, and I'm all happy for everybody, but there is no vetting process anymore. I used to know who these girls
Zero
were before they
idea.
were in people's lives, his life, and all the friends said the same thing. I wrote that on social media on one thing one day, and somebody chimed in with a big thumbs up and something like, had to be said. So I'm not the only one who feels this way.
Oh, good.
But meanwhile, I'm sure she's wonderful. Just how about a little backstory? How's some information? Who is this girl?
That's fair.
Yeah, I think so too. Mrs. Ryan, time to ask the question that's on everyone's mind.
Dun, 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 dun.
What's going on?
Dun, dun,
Dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun.
Okay, real quick. Shout out to Meryl. I hate the word shout out, but whatever. I know you and your friends are watching at some point. It's probably way later, but your article in Hollywood Reporter was really great to see the inside look, and we just wish you guys so much. I can't
This is
believe
to
you've
Meryl
been through
Marco
it
we're talking,
before.
right?
Yeah. Showing us again how to live wittily in the chaos, and it's
You've had you've been having a behind the scenes with Meryl Marco for a little bit now, and which is wonderful and awesome. I've been following her social media since Friday when she was putting shit in the car. Like, she's got her file box and her dog, you know what I mean, in the car. And they were on the road PCH for 6 hours. Like, we watched all that. You feel like you sort of go through it with somebody, and then here's somebody who really knows how to write. So I'm assuming that the Hollywood Reporter probably reached out to her and said, hey, can you tell us what your experience was?
It sounds like it, and it sounds like it's part of a story of a bigger, because it's like a deadline, dire entries or something.
Okay.
But part of what was in the first one was like, she's been through this before. That box is from 10 years ago. She had
Right.
repacked things and unpacked and whatever. So this is all nuts, and excited to see what else, because I can't wait to watch how you go through this. I don't know. It's fun. Preliminary findings are pointing to a brain microbiome, not just a gut one.
Okay.
So it's changing how everyone's looking at everything again, in that, like, how are they communicating and blah, blah, blah. So it's opening up a lot of doors into, like, hidden pathways to explore of, like, how are those microbiomes communicating and sharing information.
Mm-hmm.
I find it fascinating. It sounds a lot like what you and I talk about, of like brain gut feelings.
The connection, sure.
Yeah, so it's something neat for me to explore from a logical place, so I can understand it better. But I feel like you feel it more.
I'm so feely in general. You know what I mean? I'm not touchy very much, but I sure am feely.
Totally.
You know what I mean? I get things off of people and situations and stuff. Somehow my brain is an antenna that reads between the lines, and somehow that seems to find where the truth is. It's a curse and a blessing. I don't know. I think this is wonderful. It's all distractionary until someone actually knows anything, and that's what I find. It's like, oh, this is neat. But my mind expands to all of the things, and I'm like, oh, I don't have time to go down all those roads.
Here's the
I'll
thing.
wait for somebody else to do it.
This expands mine, and it lets it
Oh,
open
good.
up. So to know that there's a microbiome possibly in your brain that's that's like, oh, the world's open, like, in that direction. Super neat.
I guess maybe I just don't know enough about it, you know? Like when I first tried to watch The Newsroom 10 years ago, I was like, I didn't know any of the players. It didn't make sense to me. This show sucked. Meanwhile, you watch it now and it's kind of fantastic, etc.
Well, stuff like
that was a bad example, but you know what I mean.
It's a great example in that, like, what this is like a layer on top of everything I read about in my textbooks when I was in college. So it does feel a little bit like that, of like another layer of like, and this.
That's another thing. You went to college for some of that stuff when it comes to, I'm sure that was all connected when you were dealing with, yeah, okay, sure. Well, so you are quite a bit more educated literally on this than me.
Well, yes. When I find it, it's there. What you choose to talk about and how you speak about it creates cues in your brains that creates social response activations in your body.
Mm-hmm.
So
words have meaning.
Yeah, that's really what it comes down to. But on a deeper level, like how you talk to yourself and how you speak, like literally neurologically can rewire your brain. So on an extended level of everything you say, of like words have meanings.
Would it be safe to say we know a lot of successful people?
Yes.
I don't know any of them who don't have mantras and different things, affirmations, different things that they do and say to change their mindset or put it in a place where they need it to be for whatever they want to accomplish, etc. It sounds not dissimilar to that. It seems like maybe just everyone's getting hip to that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Of course it's all important. We are what we eat. You know what I mean? It's all the same things. We are what we consume. You are the videos you watch. You are the people you talk to.
It's all nutrition.
You are the car you drive. It's all of the stuff.
It's all everything. It's just I think you being so aware of your surroundings allows you to intake a lot of that more, whereas a lot, like some people, myself for example, like not trained to look that way. Mm-hmm. So stuff like this is new to me, but it's all pretty
great.
Obvious stuff. Hot brewed coffee has more antioxidants than cold brew, FYI.
Okay.
And then the last one, which I just thought was hilarious,
is that, how do we know that? What's the reasoning? Is there any?
Yeah, heat extracts antioxidants, like it allows them to flourish.
Well, here's where I'm going with this then. Say you got some pomegranate juice, right?
Right.
Is that then, does stuff open up if you heat it up and you eat it like apple cider, say? I'm asking you because Danbury Chive there, East Coast Feed, drinks pomegranate juice like it's water. And because of the antioxidants and stuff, he's convinced it's restoring his liver from the amount of drinking he does.
You
no,
might not
kidding.
be wrong.
But hypothetically, would that then be heightened by heating it up? Does it work that way?
It would have to be looked into. I think it's in the making process. So like the creation of that, but it might be part of it.
Okay.
Because hot water does help it enter the body the right way.
Fair enough.
Heads up.
Cool.
And then the last one. This is
great.
the funny one.
Okay.
The London Metro Police Department thanked David Schwimmer. It's just why
this
I
from
love
a couple
this.
Weeks ago.
Today they.
But this is from a couple weeks ago. Great.
Yes, they this morning apparently they caught the guy and they thanked David Schwimmer.
You haven't told everybody. I know what you're talking about, but you have not yet told everybody else what you're talking about.
There was a thief in London
a couple weeks ago, caught
ago,
on camera.
And he looked like David Schwimmer.
Guy looked exactly like... It didn't even look like David Schwimmer. It looked like Ross from Friends stealing a bunch of stuff. It looked like a screen grab from Friends where like, oh, he got caught stealing some stuff. Intentionally almost. Like, woo! It really did. I have to agree with the rest of the globe on that one.
I do too. So David Schwimmer immediately like took a self video of like, I'm in the store in New York buying stuff. Like I'm not
As
there.
I remembered, he posted a picture of him fake stealing some stuff somewhere else, so he couldn't have been stealing it there, which was the joke, and I thought a little clever.
It was all funny, and then the comments that came out of it became like a Friends like meme of quotes. It was hilarious. Like someone went on as Chandler and was like,
"No, I know." So then what happened?
They caught him.
I know. I'm trying to. This is the last one, right? I'm trying to help you. Package it up. CHASSLER.
Whatever. Everyone's a comedian. Everyone can wrap it up. It's done. That's the end. Google
Oh,
the
it
David
was so
Schwimmer story.
good, Mrs. Ryan. You are, you don't know the magic you are. I'm telling you. It is wonderful. All right, last thing before we get Richard Chassler in here, it's just a little something about some stuff going on with the show. We talked about it briefly last week. You see some new equipment here. You'll see more today and more coming in the future. We have begun a relationship with Telefunken microphones. It is extremely exciting for both Mrs. Ryan and myself to be a part of, first of all, having our own sponsorship and or partnership, whatever, and having it be something as cool as a very cool German original microphone. There's just so much stuff here that is very me and us and this whole thing that it's just a perfect fit. At the same time, there is an agenda here. We will be getting to that over the next couple weeks. But right now, it is our goal to put the Telefunken name out there as much as possible. Try to get it out there with Porsche a little bit, because if you do your history, the partnership there or the history relationship there goes back very far. So we are very excited about that. Thank you, Tony Fishman from Telefunken. If you find yourself Googling Telefunken microphones, maybe it'll take you down the path of Telefunken Motorsports. That might end your afternoon right there. So have fun. Have fun with that. At the same time, I would like to talk about TLG Auto and Marco Gerasi from TLG Auto. Another relationship we have ventured into. What this will look like, we're not exactly sure right now. They are a sponsor of the show. And they are certainly the ones who take care of Yellow Car. That is official. They're the official sponsor shop of Yellow Car. You see the stickers on the car. That's why. It's not just because he's a wonderful human being that we love. It's just right. Everything about it is right. Found a fit, found a good match. So just some stuff I wanted to mention. You'll see the show will be changing a little bit here and there because of it. Cool. I don't want to say commercials, but promotional consideration provided by and cool stuff. And a lot more to come on that subject.
That's so neat.
Yeah. All right. Finally, Mrs. Ryan, let's take a break. Get Richard Chassler in here. It was 20 minutes on just the two of us. I'm so sorry about that, everybody. We're chatty. Lots to get to today. Love you very much. We will be back more after this. Richard Chassler will be here. It's exciting.
I could say nobody's ever loved like I have. If nobody ever loved you, and I don't think that you knew the extent of the storm, the strong winds that are you. Who are you?
Are we live right now?
Yeah.
We're back. We're on.
Welcome back, Richard CHASSLER. Oh, shit, I forgot your camera, Mrs. Ryan. Oh, no, I left your camera. I forgot Richard CHASSLER's camera.
Are we cutting?
No, just go ahead and talk. I mean, we can cut if you want, but I'd rather not.
All right. Well, then.
What were you gonna say?
Well, you know, the Ross stealing guy?
Yeah.
You know how they caught him? They got a girl who looked just like Jennifer Aniston. And that's how they lured him out.
I don't believe it.
What did you think about the...
See the logic in that? You see how that happened?
What did you think about the construction of Mrs. Ryan's attempt there?
Well, I thought it was great, but I was like, the punchline was so logical. If the story's really true, then the punchline was so logical. The guy looked just like Ross. How'd they catch him? Well, they got a girl who looked just like Rachel. I mean, that's how simple comedy is to write, but people make it so much more complicated. But the real fact is, your punchline just has to be logical. If it's not ultra funny, you can fix that, but it has to be logical to the setup.
So that the construction works.
Yes,
Is that right?
The building doesn't fall. Exactly. Exactly.
I couldn't help but notice you have a nice new shirt on today.
I do. I'm wearing a...
I wish that was our official merch. It looks
I'm
great.
wearing a great shirt here with a 111. What is it? This is your
That's
your
the
little
car, yeah.
daily, right?
Yeah.
I have to drive it, by the way.
Sure.
I really do.
Oh, really?
I'm not lying. I have to drive your car. Did that video?
Yeah.
I think I came a little.
Uh-oh, that's what was going on? Because you got very quiet.
You asked me what part was it for me? It was like the last probably 80 frames.
It was the spoiler, wasn't it?
It was the rev when it cut from the shot of the car to the speedometer and the tachometer and the rev before the spoiler.
Yep. So
And
up and then down.
When I saw that, I was like, oh, fuck. I fucking love Porsche. See, I would never buy a Mercedes.
Okay.
There's people, because, I'm of Hebrew Jewish persuasion, and Mercedes made ovens for Bergen-Belsen, and,
Is that
cooked
true?
people that, yeah. So I would
I
never
don't think it's
buy
the same
a Mercedes.
people anymore, is it?
Well, I don't know if Mercedes was sold or not, but, it represents.
It's Chrysler these days, isn't it? Daimler. It's all Daimler.
Daimler I think
now,
owns
yeah.
Mercedes. But still, it's Mercedes. Porsche, I don't believe, made any ovens. So,
Well, Hitler commissioned the Beetle.
well, Hitler commissioned the Beetle, but that was Volkswagen,
True.
not Porsche,
True.
right? And what didn't Porsche start?
By Dr. Porsche,
Right,
who created the Beetle.
right, and then Porsche afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
But Porsche didn't make any cars for Hitler, did they?
I mean,
Oh, don't tell me I can't have a Porsche.
No. But
Daimler
you do
owns
your
Porsche,
history.
too.
Yeah. No. Porsche owns everything. Porsche owns,
Yeah,
VW
I
and
know.
Bugatti and
Right.
Lamborghini, Audi, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, you don't care about that.
When
do
were
you?
the first Porsches made? 30s or 40s?
I think it was late 40s.
I thought it was late 40s also.
Oh no! I think it might have been early 50s, but late 40s
No.
for VWs.
No, I think I think that the first
You could be
wasn't it
right.
48, 49?
I think you're right. That's what sounds right to me.
I
too.
think so.
I think you're exactly right.
And
I just don't. I can't back it up.
It was
I don't have
definitely
the-
post World War II, so there were no more Jews being cooked anyway.
Oh, I see.
All
I
right.
see where you're going. Good
So-
for you.
Yeah, that's
You
why
cleaned
I mean,
it
like,
up.
I have friends who are like, "Oh no, I would never even own a German car," and I'm like, "Well, my first car was a Volkswagen, but my dad did buy it for me, and
Yeah, our first was a Beetle too.
what are you going to say? It was a '68, but still, my first car was a '68 Beetle, 3-speed automatic clutch.
I
You
don't even know
release
what all
the
that is.
gas and shift.
Oh fuck! Really?
Well, he bought it for my sister, and then it was handed down to
So
me.
you still had to go through the gate, but you just didn't have a third
You
pedal.
went through the gate, but there was no third pedal. You just took. I already knew how to drive a stick, but you just took your foot off the gas and shifted, and it was like 1, 2,
like a centrifugal
3.
clutch, almost weird.
Yeah, reverse was like down in where first gear would be.
Weird.
It was a weird '68. They called it a semi-automatic.
Semi.
Yeah, they called it a semi-automatic. So anyway, yeah, I thought I'd represent, and this would give me an opportunity to walk out here and say, I have to drive your car.
I like it.
All right,
Come to
take
Breakfast
one
Club.
weekend. One weekend we'll go somewhere wherever you do it. Yeah.
Well, it's going to be east right now because I don't think anybody's going west for a while. Used to be Malibu and the Calabasas Canyons and all that.
What about Palmdale, the 14?
Yeah, you can go out there. What, drive on the 14 or just out there? There's a lot of roads.
Oh, anywhere. You can drive out there, too. There's a lot of roads. Calabasas had some great roads. And that
Yeah.
one back road where they shot that awesome commercial too.
Oh, every commercial,
Every
right?
commercial
Yeah.
in the
Every
world,
commercial.
right?
We talked about that last night. We saw one come on just randomly because they
And
do.
you're like, oh, that's that street. Yeah.
Well, yeah, except that,
That was
none of
that
the
street.
topography is there anymore. It all is just. It looks like the moon now. You know,
because it was
it's all just been
it
destroyed.
burned.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, it's really terrible.
You were in Mexico, and you were not here for this. Can we talk about your Mexico trip? Because you're
First
fresh
we
back.
get-
You
okay,
just got, when did
we-
you get back?
I got back theoretically Sunday morning, but really late Saturday night.
Okay. Well, welcome back.
You know, we left early. We were going to leave Sunday after the shows. After the last show Saturday, we were going to come back. You know, we were going to go out and do like Mexico stuff. And but instead, we were. You know, one of the guys was like, getting over the border tomorrow could take you 4 to 6 hours. So I was like, well, let's get the fuck out of here now. Then
Is that
And-
true? Because
No,
it's
it's totally
it's like
true.
coming back from Vegas kind of thing.
It's like coming back from Vegas, Palm Springs, whatever, and apparently on Sundays there's only like one Mexican guy at the border.
Oh,
and
so
he
like
takes,
one lane's open?
4 siestas,
Gosh.
It's like, yeah, apparently it's really, really
In the old days,
terrible.
that was going to the grocery store in the middle of the day. There was like one guy. You know what I mean?
Oh, wait, so I'll tell you the story. So we drove Saturday night after the show. I didn't even think about this. We drove Saturday night after the show. And as we're getting up to the border, the guy driving is an expat, comic, who books comedians in Mexico to do these shows.
Oh my God.
So he drove us. We park on this side of the border. Then he drives across, picks us up, and then drives us down. Okay, so you don't have to have your car, which maybe you want it. Anyway, coming back as we get up here, he goes, oh, this is really bad. I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, yeah, I don't know why, but this is terrible. You see this traffic? This could be 3 or 4 hours wait to get across. I'm like, what? He goes, well, let me figure this out. And he does some maneuvering and whatever. And he goes, you know what? I got an idea. He goes, what? And he goes, you guys are walking across. Really? Yeah. Just walk across. It'll take you no time. Then get an Uber to take you to your car. It'll be like $8. Well, it was 14.
Yeah.
Okay? Wes, sample for the record, $14, not fucking
Uh-oh.
8.
Uh-oh.
Just kidding.
But did
he's
you have to
great.
wait? Did it work?
Yeah, it was easy.
Oh,
the
good.
walk across was incredible. It was really easy, and there was nobody there.
Did you
and,
feel like a refugee?
well, yeah, a little bit like a Tom Petty song.
We're
I felt a
just
little like a Tom
scouting the
Petty song.
caravan.
I actually felt like I was walking point for the caravan.
Yeah.
Yeah. If
I
there
mean,
were
it's
any
impossible not to
landmines-
even. It's so current.
Still terrible, because they are coming to invade our country.
I heard.
Okay, they're gonna pelt us with rocks and garbage.
I heard. Same as guns.
If guns were not guns, but rocks and garbage, the same as rocks and garbage.
That's what they say.
So we walked across the border and we got to the American side where you check in. And literally, I am pulling my suitcase. I have my backpack, and then I had merchandise with me. So I was pulling a merch.
Oh, your
suitcase
stuff
with
from your
me.
show.
Yeah,
like your stuff with your
my
face
Rich
on it and shit.
CHASSLER
Oh
stuff.
my
yeah,
God.
which you should be selling every week. Every week you
Send
should
us
just
some.
be
We'll hold
hawking
it up.
my stuff.
Yeah, send
every
some. We'll hold it
week.
up.
We'll sell.
Yeah, kinda
Certainly,
like-
every guest you book, we'll certainly put it up that episode.
Well, there's one every week. So kind of like the Jimmy Fallon. You know how every week, what's his name? Jimmy Kimmel apologizes to Matt Damon every night for running out of time. That running
I've heard
joke
of it.
that he
Yeah,
did. Yeah, you need to be apologizing to me for not selling enough of my merchandise every
Okay.
night. And hold it up, and the website's on it, and it would be a hilarious joke, and I'll sell more merch, and you guys can have a little piece.
Look, you just wrote it. Now you get the writing credit as well, right? So now all
Hilarious.
I have to do is just hold stuff up, and that's what I'm good at.
So I am towing my little wheelie, which I carry on airplanes, then the bigger wheelie, which is carrying merchandise, because I sell T-shirts and panties. And then I have my backpack. And so the panties say...
What do you actually sell? T-shirts and panties for real?
T-shirts and panties, yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Of course.
Of course.
And they say stuff on them from the act.
Of course.
Yeah. And so...
It's like a wearable meme.
It's absolutely. It's a wearable meme.
Well, I
It's
See,
like
now
that.
I just
free
helped you because
Yeah.
now you put that on your thing, blah, blah, blah. Richard Chassler's wearable memes, and it's a whole thing.
Yeah, but you
Collect
can
them
actually-
all.
It is actual clothing, though. Let's be very clear. It's not just like a flat thing that you can wear as nothing. It's
I'm trying to help
actual
you market
clothing.
Yeah, I don't
new-
think
a
anyone
new-
thought that.
Oh, I did.
That's
I th-
unfortunate.
I think
a
about it.
Post-it.
Oh, a wearable meme. I get it now. I
Yeah.
see. So we're replacing like the word billboard in the vernacular with the word meme. Vernacular is a polysyllabic word
We
meaning.
don't have to replace it. We can just use it once in a while.
Okay, there you go.
When it makes
Synonymous.
sense.
It is synonymous
Like
with billboard.
Thesaurus.
So yeah, it's a wearable meme. I like billboard better. It's
You
like
can.
a wearable billboard.
You can. It's
Right.
just not new. No one's gonna.
I'll tell you why. But the imagery, it doesn't
It's
have
like
to
a
be new.
billboard.
The imagery of a wearable billboard, to me, when you say that, it draws an image of somebody wearing something, advertising something. But when you say a wearable meme to me, I'm picturing somebody wearing a picture of like Donald Trump with some orangutan saying on it or something. And you know what I mean? Like
I do.
something I'd see on the internet.
I do.
So
So we
for
should
me,
change your
it's-
perception, right?
Well, I don't know. To me, words have perception. That's why I love being a comedian.
So this brings up an interesting story because of
But I didn't
how
finish
much
the Mexico story.
We're gonna get there. How
Okay.
much you hate the meme? You personally have a vendetta against people who fucking meme and headline
Well, I have a
and headline because they meme.
I have a vendetta against people who think that because they can write the word headline on something that goes on the computer,
We've reduced it further.
that they can call themselves a headliner. That is what I have issue with.
I see that
okay?
you've honed this further.
Well, I take umbrage with people who, lie. And
Misrepresentation.
it's huge misrepresentation. I talk about this in my act. I could literally slip right into my material right now, and then it would look like cheesy talk show panel. But I really hate it. I can't fucking stand it. And
Well, so that now this gets me to the question, which may or may not change what we were talking about. Does a meme to you have to have a photo, or can it be just? These days, everyone's calling a meme just when somebody billboards on a pink with yellow writing, blah blah blah.
I don't
Here's my
think
thought of the
that's a
day, and it's funny.
meme. I think a meme makes a statement or an advertise something. It's got to be like I always thought. Now, by the way, I also thought it was pronounced GIF, not GIF.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Oh, so
I didn't know.
I don't know, but I thought it meme.
We still might be right. Who knows?
You're allowed to laugh out loud at my stupidity.
Oh,
Lord knows everybody else does. I thought a meme was really like a picture with words on it that you make and is
Okay.
funny. Okay, I thought the point.
So essentially,
of
you're changing the context of the photograph.
I thought a meme was like a funny words to photo thing that people. Because if you go create a meme to make a meme online, to make a meme for free,
They ask for a photo first.
you upload a photo and then type the words. So to me, they're not asking you to create anything else.
Okay. In
I
that
believe
case, then I
it's
agree with
the
you.
sharing of a message, though. And some people used photos because they didn't know how to articulate succinctly what they wanted to say.
Then let's be very clear here. The cavemen invented the
Totally.
first meme.
Sure.
It was
None of
called
this
a
is
rock
new.
wall.
Totally.
Okay?
None of this is new.
Yeah,
We're
in
just
fact, I think we now
exchanging words.
We now have to change the name of all things through history. It's now going to be called the Rosetta meme.
We've already changed it. Isn't this place so much older?
Yeah.
This place is so much older than anybody knows.
No laugh on Rosetta meme?
No.
Okay.
Not in this room.
Outdated.
I don't know. I thought the setup on that was great. So Mexico.
If there were a photo to go with it, it would have been a meme.
Oh, yeah.
Thank
there
you.
you go. That'll tie it all together.
All it did was just unhinge your entire argument.
Right. So Mexico. So we get to the border and we walk across, and it's long, and there's no moving. You know when you're in an airport and it's like a long frickin' walk through the terminal? They at least have the courtesy to put a moving sidewalk thing in there,
Yeah.
right? Okay. No.
Well, it's Mexico. At the border, yeah?
Why help? I can't do the joke. I can't do the
See,
joke.
comedy has changed.
You know what?
can't
No, it
say
is, and
stuff
I'm
anymore.
just gonna flip it over and do the joke backwards. Okay.
Okay.
I think what it is that's like the Americans want the moving sidewalk, but I think the Mexicans like to take their time. They're just gonna saunter through. They don't. Once they're there, they've already hit paradise. It's like, I don't need a moving sidewalk, man. I'm gonna enjoy all of this every freaking step, and then I'm gonna stop, sleep. There's like little siesta places along this long corridor where you can stop and sleep. There's a tequila tasting station. It's really actually no. There'd be a hot dog tasting station.
So is the argument that that's why they're all trying to get across the border? They're tired of walking?
No, I have no idea why people are trying to get across the border. I'm just giving you reasons why it was designed the way it was designed. So anyway, you walk this long hallway. We got down there, and I'm pulling 2 suitcases and a backpack, and we get there, and the guy says, passport? Showed him my passport, and he goes, where are you coming from? I go, we were just in Tijuana, Ensenada, and wherever, Rosarito Beach, doing some shows. And he goes, shows? And we go, yeah, we're comedians, and there were some benefit shows down there, because you can't say you were working for money. right? So we said, right. So we're like, there's some benefit shows that we came down to do for these like expat things. And he goes, oh, you claiming anything? And I go, well, I got one bottle of tequila. And he goes, all right, go. That's it. I said I got one bottle of tequila. I could have had 50 bottles of tequila in that freaking merch.
I don't think they were looking for tequila. You could have had a lot of
I
stuff
could
in
have
that
had
amount of
pounds of weed in that
I was
thing.
thinking,
Are you kidding?
how many jars of Vicodin can you buy in Mexico? You know what I mean?
Well, I bought 3. I'm just saying. I mean, you can get them. I went to La Farmacia.
Were those behind the? They must have been behind the bottle.
I
of
went to the
tequila.
pharmacy. What? I bought stuff. You can. What?
Everyone
You know
says
how
they
much-
do that. We took a cruise down there. We didn't even get off the boat, but everyone else was doing that. They were going to buy their meds.
You have any idea how much cheaper?
No, that's
tampons
what they
are
were
down
saying.
Wait a minute.
Oh, you didn't.
No, everything's cheaper down there. Seriously, you can walk in and buy like anything. If you use like Retin-A, you can get Retin-A cheaper. If you use, it doesn't really matter. You're waiting for me to say dick pills, aren't you?
No.
Okay.
Is everything over the counter down there?
Pretty much, yes. If you want something that's gnarly, they send you upstairs to the doctor.
What's gnarly? This is a whole new world for me. I
Seriously,
mean,
what
I'm
quality-
not a drug. I'm not a.
narcotic, like something that would be like an opiate or triple script
Oh, okay.
narcotic. I think the strongest thing you can get over the counter would be Soma.
The sleep aid?
Yeah.
Okay.
And after that, I think you have to see the doctor upstairs.
So
which
that's
is
what
like
I was
going
talking
to
about. So these people who buy Vicodin by the jar or Oxy, whatever the fuck, the
Yeah, it's the
opiates.
equivalent of going to get a medical marijuana card. You go see the
Get
doctor.
outta
He's in
town.
Birkenstocks. In this case, guy's got like
It's
just-
Venice Beach for pharmaceuticals.
It's Venice Beach for pharmaceuticals, exactly.
Wow.
Yeah, and in,
Did you know that?
in Mexico,
Oh.
the laws are different. You could literally drive down there, have a wonderful afternoon, pay a trip to the pharmacy, and come back across the border.
They don't care.
No.
But it's the but you
The
but
Americans
care
care.
what you bring in.
The Americans care what you bring in. The Mexicans don't care what you bring in. Really, they don't care. I mean, I drove across the border. I had plenty of weed for the weekend.
Wow.
Yeah. What? Oh, I'm gonna.
Well, and
buy
the
weed
Americans
down
aren't
there?
checking what you
Please.
leave
No.
with. I'm
Have you
sure.
had Mexican weed? I mean, I
No.
love the Mexicans, but
I have
really,
not.
come on, guys, step it up on the weed.
Is it
You know?
bad?
Let me tell you something. The wine blows the weed away, and we'll get to what?
No, I was going to say because you were. Oh, go ahead.
I went wine tasting, yes, but your friend was there.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. What is it about Mexico that makes 90% of the people go there? Act like fucking high school seniors at their first frat rush party.
Oh, you should see this group of people and what they actually do on this trip. It's
Yeah.
it's amazing. It's
But
amazing.
I only want to see it if they're swinging. If they're not, the rest is I could watch.
No,
in
no, it's
40
more. It's Porsche porn. It's all that stuff.
Oh,
the amount,
really?
the cars that go. Yeah. That's not just a group of people who went down there to drink.
Oh, these
like
are
that's
Porsche
a five.
people?
It's a 5-day thing that's done
Rally.
every year. Yeah, the federales escort them. It's a really cool thing. We want to do it. We just don't have the right car for it someday.
So those people own Porsches.
Oh yeah, and all sorts of other
Specific
things.
kinds.
Oh my gosh,
Really?
yeah.
That's
You can't
a small
you can't
group.
judge on the white trash
Behavior coming
yes.
out
No,
of
no,
the
well,
German car owner.
I can see you. I'm reading through, and it's like I can see the white trash / dollar signs thing not make sense there. There's some sort of a math equation that has not
you
balanced
are
out.
absolutely reading my fucking mind.
Yeah.
I was going like, what is this? Literally, I'm thinking like, what does this guy do? Does he own like a construction company? Like, did his father have a Porsche and somehow
That was
he,
his
like,
father
fell
in the
into it?
Porsche.
Yeah.
Here, you know what? Let's check in with them. Like,
That was
you're right over here.
literally what I was thinking.
Roll it, Hal.
Going back to the-
Good morning, Mr. and Mrs. Ryan, from behind the orange curtain, behind the U.S. border, deep in Mexico, and we're at a traffic jam. A bunch of cars are lined up there. Guys selling ice cream. And there's a big line of traffic. So, is it good?
It's super good.
And we were just having ice cream. So,
If you don't get in on this, man.
okay, ice cream it is.
It's not live. I thought we were checking in live.
I wish. One of these
Oh,
days.
geez.
One of these days.
Oh,
So,
it's
anything else with
hilarious.
Mexico? Because you're a
Oh
big
my
wine
God, I
guy.
love Mexico. I freaking love Mexico. I really do. First of all, the food is amazing.
Yeah.
Everything is dirt cheap.
You like Mexican food anyway, right?
Love
Yeah,
the
same here.
Mexican
We both do
food.
too.
In fact, the Mexican food to me is the single greatest revenge any country has ever had on any other country. Seriously. And I don't mean like, because it looks the same coming out as it does going in. I mean, yeah, it does, and we all know that. But I think the Mexican food is the smartest revenge ever. The Mexicans got us so good. You stole our river. You stole our land. Yeah, but they're stealing money from us left and right every day. Think about this, okay? Down there, Mexican food is dirt cheap, okay, and it's delicious.
Oh, I see your point.
Up here, okay, they figured out how to take like the same 5 ingredients because that's basically what it is. Okay, right? Beans, cheese, lettuce, tomatoes, rice. Pick a protein, okay, and a type of tortilla, right? Then you get like a whatever you want, some different color spooge sauce, like green or white, like on top. Pick one of those. If you want to, it's extra, okay? Then they gave each one of these things like 40 different names for the same 5 ingredients wrapped in the same 2 types of tortilla with the same 1 of 2 colored sauces on it. And each one of those dishes up here in the States is like $32.95, right? Fuck you, America. Like, they got us good. So anybody who wants to cream on the Mexicans, they're fucking smart. They are bombing us in perpetuity. Every day, it's a massive bombing raid. Think about how many Mexican restaurants there are in this country owned by Mexicans, just bombing. It's a blitzkrieg of a Mexican fuck you to the United States anytime you go into a Mexican restaurant. Oh, let's go to El Torito. Great, huh, man? $22.50 for the enchiladas. Those are literally, I'm not lying to you, I think that would be like $4 that would be like 40 pesos, maybe 30
Anybody
pesos.
I know who ever said this, they go down there and they have lobster and beer all day for like $5 or
That's
10
it's
bucks,
what
something
I'm trying
like
to
that.
say. That's
Yeah.
exactly right. Especially if you're on that side of the Baja Peninsula. Yeah,
This all sounds good.
When we camped on the other side of the peninsula, down in like south of San Felipe, and we camp on that whole side of the peninsula, we camped in a place called the Bay of Gonzaga, Bahia San Luis Gonzaga. About 2
He
o'clock.
says that like we know it. That's
About
great.
1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, the fishermen would come in after fishing all day, and like they'd roll up, and you could buy 5 kilos of fish for $5.
Oh my gosh!
And this is a place where it's just a sandy beach in Palapas. You have to have all your provisions with you, or you're gonna starve to death and dehydrate.
Wow.
Like really. And so I had like 2 Coleman stoves. I'd have 4 burners going for dinner. Oh yeah, I cooked it up, solar shower. It was great. I love Mexico.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I really do love Mexico.
Did you do some wine tasting when you were there? Because I was watching your pictures
Wow.
on the Instagrams.
I bought wine.
Okay.
Mexican wine, they got it going on.
Really?
Really.
Is that new or has that always been?
Oldest wine region in the North American continent is Mexico.
Is that
the
true?
first place the Spaniards brought vines. I just learned that.
No shit.
Yeah. Before California, before...
You know a tremendous amount about wine. You used to host a podcast.
I know how to drink a tremendous amount of wine.
I always
There's
get
a
confused on
big
those two.
difference.
Oh, well, that brings me to my next thing.
Big difference. Yes, I know wine. What?
That's just something from Mrs. Ryan and I to you. We used to be very fancy, and we used to know a lot about this stuff, and we used to be, Hollywood people and all that
That's
stuff.
a Peugeot.
So it's a bottle for you. We used to be fancy and like collect wine and have it on certain dates. I don't even know if it's still good. This was March 2015, but we haven't drank since then. But I would love to give that to you because I remember it being a good bottle at the time.
That's a wonderful bottle. In fact, I have several vintages of this bottle, Chateau Peugeot. And 09, by the way, most people don't know. There's great vintages of wine because the growing season that's what the year represents, is the year the grapes were grown. And some growing seasons are just perfect.
Yeah.
And the grapes ripen at the right rate and the right temperature, and there's not too much sugar in the grapes, and they're not too acidic, and they just make beautiful wine.
Mm-hmm.
And you get those vintages, like 2005 was one of those vintages in Bordeaux. They called 2009 the vintage of a lifetime.
I remember hearing that
It was
a good
a
year.
very big deal when the wines of 2009 were tasted in barrel a year later in 2010. They were like, oh my God, this is the most incredible thing you've ever seen. Well, apparently, for the first time in years, maybe history, 2010 showed up as another massively amazing vintage.
Really?
Back to back is unheard of, right?
But totally different. The 2009s were more lush, more floral, a lot more aromatic and more silky out of the gate, where the 2010s had more tannic acid in them. They were more tannin, so they were really made. You need to age those a little longer before they showed up. But apparently both were very big, both were very robust for different reasons, and this is a massive gift.
This was
And
supposed to
you're
be
giving
open in
this to me?
15th. Do you think that it would still be good a couple years
yeah,
later?
this where has the bottle been?
Oh, it's been on its side. It's been in the dark. It's been kept in a
It's
closet.
been kept nice?
Yeah.
Oh, it feels pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it hasn't gone through temperature changes.
No
and shit.
temperature
Yeah, then this
changes.
wine's going to be
I,
good.
that's the thing. I was always careful with stuff like that.
We
We used to be fancy. We used to be Hollywood people who collected wine and opened special bottles.
She
and
was
stuff
one
like
of the
that.
biggest Hollywood people. Are you
There
kidding?
you go.
She couldn't walk into any place it didn't matter where you
This is true.
were. I'm not kidding you. You could walk into fucking Zanku Chicken with Shabbat and they'd be like, "Oh, Nico Shabbat, how are you?" I'm not kidding you. She fucking, it made no difference.
Please.
She parted the fucking Red Sea. I'm not lying to you. Moses literally was like, Shabbat. That's why they call Friday night Shabbat, because she walked up, she was like, ah, and they were like, oh, duh.
That's very kind of you.
Yeah, are you joking me? It's woman's fucking magic.
Anyway, you
This is so
you help
nice.
us out
Thank
a
you.
lot. For those, we talk about it every
Tremendously.
time we have a guest here, but with you have been helping us book talent on the show and guests, and we are eternally grateful. We're not making money with the show yet, but
No.
that's something that we knew you would appreciate. So we
Oh, are
wanted
you
to do
kidding
something.
me? This is like massively awesome.
Awesome.
This is really
Massively
cool.
awesome.
You're massively awesome. Yeah, agreed.
Only one?
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
You come on
No.
too often, you're going to bankrupt us.
Am I the only member of the Five Club?
You are the first member of the Five Timers Club.
Nice.
So because of that, there are no jackets yet. But once you get a
No,
buddy,
but,
we'll start taking.
You have no idea. And
measurements.
I'm going to tell you something. Here's what's really interesting. I love Peugeot.
I did not know
I
that.
have several vintages of this wine.
I had no idea.
Yes. I might even have in 09. I'll tell you after the show. We can look on my cellar.
It's amazing.
And we'll find out. But I might even have in 09.
Yeah, I am careful. It should if it's okay date wise, it should be
No,
okay.
and by the way, who said this had to be drunk in 2015?
No. It was one of those you should wait until. So, but some are right around there until date. Some are 30 years past that. You know what I mean?
I would say, well, there's a reason for that. I'll tell you in a second. I would say that, yeah, this 09 Peugeot, yeah, I would say I wouldn't open it before 15, but I would give it 6-7 years easy to let it get nice.
Nice. All right. Well,
So there you go.
hope
So-
that you enjoy it.
I drank wine in Mexico that I'm telling you is this good.
Really?
Oh, and wicked cheap.
Wicked cheap. $22 a bottle. And then they took me in the back. The winemaker owner was there, and he knew I knew some stuff about wine.
Nice.
And then he let me taste the 3 things he wanted to do with this white wine. Yeah, it was really, really cool. And the wine was spectacular. Pijuan.
Are you going to go back for the wine?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, there's so many wineries. I have to. It's like wine country.
No shit.
Oh, there's not like 3 wineries. There's like 50.
Whoa,
Did you
I
know
didn't
all
know.
that?
No.
Yeah, I didn't either. I learned a lot that I did not know.
Wow.
Yeah, and I'm angry at myself for not knowing, and I am so happy that I got somebody to take us wine tasting.
This is the
because
journey, yo.
Yo.
You get to tell everyone about all
I
of
went to
it.
2 wineries. One of them was okay, but I think to be honest with you, I think their winery was contaminated. I do. Yeah, but the second one, we met these people. They said, go to this other place, and it was unbelievable.
Wow.
We haven't even talked about comedy yet.
No, real quick though, the reason of all that is because you have been helping us. Some of the people you've had in here, we've had some of our most amazing conversations with.
Yep.
And these are all friends, let alone colleagues, but these are all friends of yours that some of which go back like forever. I mean, these are like your brothers and sisters, right?
Yeah, like who?
Well, what comes to mind right off, Gabe Abelson and Rick Overton, all of a sudden I geeked out because it was like a religious experience talking to these guys. You know what I mean? Because of the stuff that they've
Right.
accomplished or whatever that I have watched over my life. Bernadette was amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody has been great. I don't want to leave
Overton-
anybody out.
Rick Overton was my comedy mentor. Like literally the guy who sat me down when I was like 25, 24 maybe, and he was like, you are the future of comedy. You guys, you and Rand, my roommate and whatever, and he's like, you got to pick up the torch where us older guys are leaving it, you know. And he started like overseeing and watching and
shepherding a little
advising
bit
and shepherding. And then I was in an improv group with him for many years.
Really?
At the Improv, we were like the house improv troupe at the Improv, and we would
I didn't
close
even know that existed.
every Friday and Saturday night. When Rick was off the road, he would be Rick Overton and Friends, and he would get the last spot on the second show, and he would do like 10 minutes of stand-up and then bring a bunch of us on stage. And it was like Gary Anthony Williams.
Oh, I love Gary.
Gary was in the group, and me, and a guy named Scott LaRose, and Catherine Michon, who just won a award for a feature film she directed called Muffin Top. And who else was in it? Chris Penna.
This
a bunch
one, right?
of guys.
Muffin Top, this one, not this one.
Muffin Top. It was.
Yeah.
It's about
tight jeans. Yeah.
Women.
Tight jeans. Sure.
She's really bright, Catherine. She directs. I told her like I have to be directed by you. She's one of those brilliant female.
Are you acting again?
Always been, never
You
stopped.
you don't actually. Okay, so you're up for acting now.
Always.
Okay, this is good to let people
I
know.
didn't sleep in my car and pay Stella Adler money.
Yo,
so I
we
could live on
know.
the fucking street.
We know what
We
sacrifice
talked
is
about Stella Adler. Was that with Rick? Because Rick said something about Stella Adler. Was that Rick Overton, or was it somebody else? Did you? Was this another
I studied
guest?
with Stella Adler.
Or was there a different guest you had here?
That studied with Stella?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Maybe somebody was making a joke.
I don't know.
I thought it'd be neat if, like, there's some famous comedian that you were in Stella Adler's fucking acting class with, that you're both, you know, any big names. That would be historical.
I did sit next to Marlon Brando in a master class once.
That's a whole different story, going the other
Totally
direction. But that
different
sounds
story.
awesome.
But, you know, I mean,
Wow.
yeah, weird story.
That's
in and of
amazing.
itself.
Truly?
Truly.
I mean, I've never met Marlon Brando.
I was, she used to come do these master classes out in L.A. twice a year, in like summer and winter.
Okay,
And
that makes sense.
when the conservatory was over on Argyle Street, and I was studying over there, and she was out here, and I was taking her class and the master class. And in the master class, you would work. Like, you would get to go up and work sometimes. And you didn't work every night, you know, but you had to have already been past Technique 1 and Technique 2 and doing scene study. So I came to audit. You could literally come to audit the master class, which is the greatest thing in the world, because Stella was known for her ability to break down character and scenes. You wanted to be in the room when she was speaking. That was the
just to
value.
hear it, right? Just to take it in. And
She was a master of breaking down the human condition.
Nice.
She understood how people worked better than any shrink I ever spoke to. And she taught me how to understand what people are doing and thought process. Stella was a genius, and she fucked my life up by making me able to
Aware
read
of all
people.
that
Yeah,
stuff.
I wish I
If
could
you
just,
took the pill, right?
Yeah,
like
I
you
would-
took the red pill or whatever.
I wish I could just be that guy who could stand on the porch every day. Hey, Mr. Johnson, nice day. How you doing, Mr. Like, wonderful, sure. See you on the weekend at the Firehouse Ball. I wish that could be me. But I could shake somebody's hand and look him in the eye and know right away that guy would pickpocket me in a second if he could. Like, I don't like being able to know those things, and Stella really fucked that up for me. But anyway, I
Incredible.
go to the class to audit, and I'm high as balls, and I'm like maybe 21 or 22. I'd smoked a joint in the parking lot. And I walk in, there's literally only like 3 chairs left, okay? And one of them was right up front. And I don't like sitting up front in the master class with Stella because I don't want her calling on me when I'm high as balls. And because my cousin is a big Broadway actor, he's the one who got me to Stella. So Stella always with me. So I was like, there were 2 chairs in the back. So I went to the back, and literally class was starting in like 3 minutes. And like, so I go to the back, and as I get to the back, I sit in the aisle. There's like 2 chairs left in the row, and I take the aisle seat, okay? And the usher, there was like one usher who just made sure, and he comes up to me and he goes, hey, you got to slide in. I go, why do I got to slide in, man? There's nobody sitting there. He goes, you got to slide in. And I was like, why? And he goes, because we got to keep the seat open. I go, why? He goes, dude, just slide in.
You'll know.
And by the way, this was me with Stella. Every time she said something, I asked why.
Did she like that? Was that
No.
good? She didn't.
I'm
Because
gonna
she's all about
digress.
motivations.
I'm going to digress. The very first time I ever took a class with Stella Adler, she walked on stage, and said, I'm going to tell you 2 things right now. Number 1, self-discipline becomes self-confidence. Write it down.
No, I agree with
Everybody opened their notebooks and wrote it down. And then she goes, second thing, for the next year, nobody can ask a question.
Oh.
And up goes my hand because... And she literally looks at me and she goes, always has to be one. Mr. CHASSLER, I already know what you're going to ask, but ask anyway. And I said, why can't we ask a question? And she goes, because you don't know enough yet. Let me give you the information. I promise you when I'm done, you won't have any questions. Just sit there and take. And she was right. She was fucking right, man. And it was a gnarly
Sounds so familiar.
thing for me to. I live like this now. When people are like, you're so condescending, I'm like, just shut up. Let me give you the information. Stop asking questions.
I do too. I just never heard it that somebody esteemed had been the same way.
No questions for a
We're just the
year.
asshole generally.
No. People don't like to have shit put in front of their face is what it is. So anyway.
Nobody wants to see the truth of anything. Go ahead.
Dude, just move in, will ya? Fine. So literally, I move in, and as I'm moving in and I'm like looking back up, I can see the back door to the theater open, and this fucking fat guy in a raincoat and like a grandpa hat walks in and sits right next to me. Okay? And I look, and I'm like, fucking smelly old man. I'm not lying to you.
Yeah.
And like he pulls his hat back like a little bit and turns and looks at me and he goes, "Did they start yet?" And I was like, and right then the lights go down and Stella walks out and I go, "Now."
Nice save.
Yeah.
That was all I got.
Wow, Marlon Brando. I like this. You were like, as long as I'm not wearing sneakers, you can hike your
but I'm
sock
wearing
up the
Bugs
whole
Bunny
thing. It was
socks.
great.
As long
I
as I'm not
love
wearing
it.
sneakers, but I'm wearing Looney Tune socks.
Isn't that awesome?
That's what it's about, man. Socks
Bravo.
are the wear
That's what
that.
it's
What's going on with you currently?
Well, I just got
'Cause
back
the
from doing
holidays.
shows in Mexico.
We got the holidays coming up. You doing anything?
I don't have a family,
All right.
so I was disowned by my family, so I need a place to go.
Because of the comedy?
No, because I'm a truth teller.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, that I'm telling you. You want to get extricated from your family quick? Demand the truth.
Demand it.
Man, I had no idea that there was a thing here, but apparently there is. What is there really? What's the backstory?
Oh, I mean, come on. It's
All
the
right.
holidays.
All right.
That's when it's time to talk about it.
It is?
Time to be honest about it. I don't know your history either. I did not realize the holidays were such a...
Yeah, they could be
Bouffant of
better sometimes. They used to be better.
Are you staying in town?
I am here. I'm on the road December 18th and 19th. I have 2 shows in Northern California.
Okay.
Throckmorton Theater December 18th.
Mill Valley.
Yeah, I'm at the Throckmorton
Yeah.
the 18th and the Wind River Casino in Redding, California on the 19th.
Cool.
Yeah, so if you want tickets for either show, email me at my website at richardchassler.com. You can email me there, and I'll be happy to hook anybody who's watching this in Northern California up with tickets to either show.
Cool.
Nice. Very cool. Very generous.
Yeah, of course.
We have a Porsche family member in the professor who we found out the other day happens to be from Mill Valley, born and raised, and knew the Throckmorton very well. We just came up at it just randomly the other day.
I want to shoot my special there.
Do you? Somebody.
Oh, that'd be
who
neat.
was
Have
here
you
just
been
last
there?
week? Oh, Tommy Lama
Tommy
did
Lama
a show up
said
there.
it was
Yeah.
a great room.
The thing about the Throck is when you walk in, it's like walking into like the Orpheum.
Oh, that's what he said. It was a very old school.
But it only
ornate-
holds like 300 people.
a lot of my guys...
really?
Yeah.
A lot
so
of my guys used
it's
to try
intimate.
out stuff there. It was like a pre-special
Right.
place to go and try out material.
But you can really, for me, all I need to do is they have a built-in comedy audience there that shows
Yeah.
up religiously every Tuesday night for the last 15 years.
Nice.
Wow.
Right. So filling it will be easy, right? When you're shooting it, it's like shooting in a big theater. It's made with a balcony. It has a balcony, but you're only putting like 300 people in there. Right. So
Nice and intimate.
it shoots, but it won't shoot intimate. It will shoot like I'm playing fucking
Like a big room.
with Swartz and 3,000 people. It will look like something like that, you know.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Cool.
so that's where I want to shoot the special. You got 20 grand I can borrow to do this with?
Oh, no
I'm
problem.
Just kidding.
Yeah, we're getting sponsorships all over the
Just
place.
kidding.
Write a
Look
check.
at you.
What song do you come out to when you do those things? Do
Oh,
you have
yeah.
Do you have something that you come out to?
I like to come out to sometimes like it depends on my mood, but it's usually something like Truckin' or Casey Jones.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
Something
cool.
chill, like
Driving
man.
that train,
Working man.
high on cocaine. Yeah, I'll walk out to that. You know the beginning of "Go All the Way" by the Raspberries. Bow down, pound. Ow, ow, you know the song? Please go all the way.
yeah.
Right. Well, the beginning of that's this really hard,
I was trying to hear. I heard
rocking
it.
electric guitar, and that's a pretty cool thing to come out on stage.
A lot of
too.
energy.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you have any quirks about things have to be a certain way or anything? Because I know that you said a long time ago when you got over, when you really found your presence on there, it was a thing about not taking the mic out and you use your hands and stuff like that. But are there any, it's like people used to like a certain microphone or a certain stool, none of that shit?
No, as long as there's a stool and a stand,
That's
you better have a fucking
Stool and mic stand.
Yeah, I have to have a mic stand because I don't like holding the mic much anymore. Like I said, I might take it out if I'm doing an hour. I might take it out briefly, but I don't really like holding the mic anymore. And I've shown up to gigs, literally shown up to gigs where there's no mic stand. I'm like, what do you mean there's no mic? Well, it broke about a month ago.
Oh boy.
The collar. But I'm like,
So they just leave it on the stool
I'm
kind
like,
of thing for people?
You got any fucking duct tape, bro?
Yeah. Let's fix it.
What do you mean? I need a mic stand. Well, dude, I don't use a mic stand. Well, you're not the headliner. So you are tonight, or you're going to tape it to the mic stand while you're bringing me up. Do you think you can do that? Do you think you can do 2 minutes of material while you're taping the mic to the stand? Because if you can't, tape it to the fucking stand before the show starts.
Do you have a specific mic preference at that point? Or is it
On.
just whatever the heck the club has?
On.
Doesn't get there.
I just like it
Doesn't get there.
on.
I always heard stories. Singers are this way, but I always heard stories about people carrying their own mic.
Absolutely.
And then them getting, the dick fucking stigma that comes along with it. Like, oh, our mics aren't good enough for
No,
you.
there's reasons why people like to travel with their own mics. Okay.
I know what mine would be.
What?
Germophobia. I'd like to something only I've spit on.
Oh no, there's something fun about sniffing a mic, trying to figure out the guy
no.
before he was
At a
drinking.
club? Oh,
no,
what
I'm
they were
kidding.
smoking, what they were drinking.
I'm kidding.
No, there's so many bits that have started out with, "Oh, who used this last?" Like,
there was a
foul.
comic who I'm still friends with named Kevin West, who, when I started doing stand-up comedy in 1986, he walked out on stage. The mic was in a stand. He did a lot of commercials, Kevin. He would come out, take out a Bic.
Later.
No, the Bic
Oh,
spray.
Banaka type of
The
thing?
Banaka. It was Banaka, right. He would take out a Banaka thing, spray the mic,
Oh.
and then put it away and take out a handkerchief and wipe the mic off and put it away. Yeah. Okay.
Do people probably think he's being a dick, whereas the
No,
truth is you
Kevin was
absolutely can actually you can smell smoke on a mic or
Look,
whatever.
Totally.
I don't really
It's
care.
like Purell in
the
your hand.
reason people travel with their own mics is for several reasons. If you're a singer, certainly you might like a certain weight of microphone. Okay, you might want a cordless mic, and certain brands of cordless mics are definitely better than other brands of cordless mics. They're not going to go out. It's got a stronger
Your own
signal.
tonal things,
It's-
I'm sure. Just familiarity.
Steven Tyler travels with his own mic and mic stand. It's got all the scarves on it. And shit,
Yeah. No, this is. We've just begun a new relationship, so
Yeah.
it's sort of the thing. Like you work with a microphone. That's part of your job. So
I watch
figured I'd ask.
specials and I notice specifically comedians that do have a mic stand and do not, and it's a different kind of cadence that y'all have of like who uses it as a and same with podcasts and hosts and stuff.
Yes.
It's a body language, right?
It's
Yeah.
I now, instead of that thing, I literally I'll lean forward with the mic stand,
bet.
and my foot is on the pedestal a lot.
Nice.
So I'm doing stuff with it a little bit,
So you use it as a prop too, and it's part of your.
I use it for emphasis. I do a line about getting ass raped by about electric toilet seats. You know, and I say like, you know, oh, you're laughing, but you haven't lived till you've been ass raped by a toilet seat, you know. And then like I'm standing up, I'm holding the mic, I'm like, you know, I'm not gay, and then I lean forward with the stand, you know, but I totally get it now. You know, I'm looking for reasons to go to the bathroom. Honey, what's for dinner? Chicken? Fuck that. Sloppy Joes. You know. But the mic stand I use as a just for emphasis sometimes. But
no preference on mic brand or style or model.
Shure.
You like Shure?
Shure makes very good mics.
I
Yeah.
do.
Panasonic makes real good mics.
Really?
No. Kidding.
You
The worst
really
thing-
had
the
me there.
worst
I
thing-
was
no.
like, what?
No.
For
Shure-
a camcorder?
No. Shure makes really good mics, I think.
Cool.
Yeah, that
Awesome.
would probably be my preference.
We're out of time. We've shot
We
the
are?
shit. We've shot the shit the whole time.
We didn't talk about anything yet.
What do you want to talk about?
I don't know. What were we supposed to talk about?
Did we miss
Politics?
anything?
We didn't talk about. We got my shows in coming up in December. Oh, this Saturday night.
Now we're talking.
Now we're talking. This Saturday night, I'm going to a swing club in North Hollywood. Who wants to come with? No. This Saturday night, I am at the Van Nuys Comedy Club on Victory Boulevard. It's called the Van Nuys Comedy Club at the Springbok. And it's near the golf course, I guess. And I'm there Saturday night. I think it's a 9 o'clock show. And if you want tickets to that one, also go to richardchassler.com. Or tweet at me, or direct message me, or trip me in the market.
You're on the Instagram too, right?
I'm on that. I'm on the Instagram.
Aren't you?
I am on the Instagram.
So people can reach. A lot of our people are on the Instagram, so maybe they can reach out there.
You can reach me on the Instagram at Richard Chassler, and I'm on the Twitter dealy. Also, you can twat at me at Richard Chassler also.
And the Facebook.
And I'm on the Book of Faces.
The OG.
I'm on the Book of Faces there as well. You can find me there too.
For a little longer, we're all still on it, right?
So yeah, you know, I'm still waiting for the Russians to hack me. You know, if I want to be hacked by the Russians. That's, as soon as that happens, then I'll be like, all right, I'm out of here. Now I got a reason to go.
That's it.
You know,
that's enough.
I might have been hacked by the Russians actually already.
Yeah, how do you know?
Well,
I feel like we all have, right?
I got a weird thing that got sent out that people said that I was. They got something from me requesting that they register. I know something about voting for a candidate that certainly would not be on the list of candidates I would vote for because.
Somebody did a account with your
some
name and all that
Jew-hating
stuff.
Nazi. You know.
You got hacked. Good job.
What?
Yeah,
you got
Oh, I got hacked by the Russians.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, so I changed my email to Russia sucks. That's my new password. So you know, if you want to hack me, Russia, just remember Russia sucks. And no, I'm sure it's listen. Steven Seagal lives there. How bad could it be?
Wow.
Whoa, he's a fucking genius.
Steven Seagal?
Oh, please.
Isn't he a cop in Louisiana?
Louisiana.
He lives in the
Sheriff?
Soviet Union now, I think.
Oh, okay.
He might have a residence, but I believe
Oh
he's
yeah,
a
maybe
cop.
a summer home
Why not?
inside. He's got a summer home
Maybe
in
he likes to
Siberia.
ski.
All right. I'm taking control back. Taking this train. Enough with
that'll
Steven
happen.
Seagal. He's fine.
I'm booking myself back for number 6 pretty soon, just so I can create a gap between me and number 4.
Oh man, we're gonna have to start.
Whoever that is.
That's awesome.
It's
Oh
gonna
wow,
be like
I just
turtle
looked at this.
races at O'Brien's on Friday night.
That's the wrong place.
I don't care.
Brennan's in Venice.
You're really gonna
Brennan.
correct the joke? Nobody there knows. They
No,
might
but
have an
I
O'Brien's
used
in
to
their
go
city,
there.
but
How many places have turtle racing?
no, the question really is how many places are watching this show?
It's
No,
international.
well, that's what I'm trying to say.
international.
There could be an O'Brien's in another city with turtle racing. I know Brennan's in Marina Del Rey.
I see,
I was
okay.
making a general universal reference
Bad joke.
as opposed to a local reference.
All right. Let's see. Tomorrow we've got Paul Kramer from Auto Kennel here. Let's see. I
But
think
if
they
they're-
are crossing the border. Are we back? Let's check it out.
Hello, Mr. and Mrs. Ryan. This is Paul and the Ed Kramer, Auto Kennel, from behind the orange curtain / behind the border, on our way back home. We had an awesome Targa Baja. One day I really hope you guys can join us because I think you would have a blast. It was a lot of fun. There's our friend Lewis. He's from New Jersey. He's behind us. All kinds of new people in BMWs we met. And there's the line. So we're going to be here a little while, but we've got all kinds of street vendors selling stuff to us. So it's kind of like a Walmart that comes to your car. Couldn't be better. Love you guys.
That guy is lit up like a menorah on the 8th night of Hanukkah.
We are going to
He
hear the
should
rest.
not-
We are going to hear the rest of that tomorrow when Paul Kramer is here. Thank you very much for being here today, Richard
He
Chassler.
should not
you
be
are
driving.
done. He's all fine. Everything's fine.
That guy should
Everybody's
not be
fine.
driving.
Everyone's fine.
Hi, Ed.
Hi, the Ed. See you guys tomorrow. I believe Jennifer Kramer will be here as well.
I love you
just
both.
Saying, love everybody. Richard Chassler,
you
you
both.
are seriously one of my favorite people in the world. I love your heart, man.
Thank you
and
so
I mean
much.
that.
Back at
Mrs.
you
Ryan,
both.
love you. We love everybody at home.
Thank you for this lovely gift.
You're very welcome. Thank you
is
for all
really
that you do for
touching.
helping us. You really do help us a lot.
You-
You have no idea the exhaustion after what they do. 5 days. I can't even imagine.
I feel like he was just